All right, so I'm going to try one more time before we get started.
You have a work email.
Still has it. Okay. All right, so I've sent y'all out these handouts, and basically I'll just go in the order that they basically are in. Locator card, and these are also on My Labs Plus. I'll show it to you, so therefore you can't use the excuse if I didn't get them in the email. Okay, so there's the locator card, and that shows you basically where I am throughout the day. The best way to find me is just text me and say, where are you? That's the best way to do it, because I'm hardly ever in my office. I usually stay in the classroom and just work until the next class, or go to the next classroom and sit in the classroom. That's what I usually do. But as you can see, Math 110, that's this class right here, and then I'm off until 11:10. So, and then I have another conventional class, then another polycom. So that's what my schedule looks like. I'm here on Tuesday and Thursday also. Okay. The best time is, if you need me, is Friday, and usually I'm either here or home, one of the two, depending on how the weather is, I guess. But and it tells you, there's my phone number. I don't even list my office phone. I just list my cell phone. So that's the best way to contact me, which we will talk about that in just a minute, because I've got a story to tell you about another student last semester. Every semester, there's one student that dictates another policy or another bonus question for the next semester. There's always one DA, always. Okay? So, and I use DA loosely because I'm only referring to 1% of the student population. You know, the deadheads, the ones that, you have to repeat 15 times and they still so I ain't got no use for them. But anyway, all right, let's forwarding text to email. Make sure that in my class, I use email, okay? And I send y'all emails, and if you don't get them, that's not my fault, all right? So make sure you print this out and configure your phone to get the emails from your TCTC account. Therefore, when I cancel class or I move something, you don't sit there and go, oh, I didn't get the email. Well, after today, you should get your emails. Okay? So that's that handout. And again, all these handouts are on My Labs Plus, so you won't have that excuse. And the next one.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Apparently a patch got applied over the weekend to all of the units except Pendleton. So they're running the patch now, and when they get up where you can invite...
Well, how did they do the 8 o'clock class this morning?
It originated from Pendleton. Apparently the problem is they can originate a call, but they can't accept one. I can't tell you about it. I will let you know as soon as they are available for you to add them.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it. I wish. Shut up, Hubert. Shut up. See, I'm going to tell you the way things work at Tri-County Technical College. If you're part of a group or if you're part of a buzzword, you get things done. If you're not part of a group or part of a buzzword, you have to fight to get what you can. Does that make sense? All right? I'm a very technological person, okay? I work at a T-Rex college. T-Rex, Tyrannosaurus Rex, okay? When it comes to technology, okay? So when we first started doing this, you see this thing right here? I brought this from home. Okay, this is the document cam that I used. Y'all might remember, you remember this, don't you? I used this in that. All right, I brought this stuff from home because Tri-County didn't have it. Okay, the whole point is, since I'm not part of a buzzword, and since I have to do a technology, we have to fight and scrape to be able to. And IT is one of our biggest persons that we have to scrape with. But if we were part of a certain group or part of another initiative or a consortium, then it would get done just like that. It's called politics, is what it's called. So politics can also be in academia. I didn't know if y'all knew that or not, but it can be. So, and usually the buzzwords and the consortiums, they usually don't work. But they spend thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars in some of these buzzwords, and it doesn't work. So anyway, I'll shut up. I had to get that off my chest. I feel better now. Okay, let me try it one more time to see if I was part of the buzzword or the consortium, that patch would have already been installed. You see what I'm saying? Because it's priority. I'm not this delivery system is not priority because it's not a buzzword. Okay, they're not on. Okay, next thing. Give you a little bit about me. And the reason I do this, if you had me before, I did it in your class too, is because I like hearing about myself. Yep, that's why. I'm full of myself. That's what it is. No, I do it mainly for this, but I also feel like it's important for a comfortable learning environment for the teacher, for the students to know about the teacher. Have you ever sat in a classroom and left the classroom the first day of class and don't even know the teacher's name? Y'all ever been in a classroom like that? I despise that. And that's why I go out of my way to tell you about myself, or at least read. I don't read all that, but I give you a little bit of information about myself. I don't tell you my choice of drugs or choice of alcohol or anything like that. But I do tell you a little bit about myself, and that way it gives the environment a little bit of a better comfort, more comfort, however you want to say it, and it tells you a little bit. And that way you'll say, "Oh, I know my teacher's name. His name's Hubert." Okay, there's my cell number, and I do tell people that the best way to contact me is through my cell phone. And I'm sorry, and I'm talking about emergencies. And let me tell you this story, okay? And this happened this last semester after grade turn-in. I get a phone call. Not a phone call. I get an email. And the email says, "I don't understand how I made a D in your class." Well, I did go back, missed the first unit test, the second unit test, and the third unit test. 3 unit tests. Now, what is hard about believing that you missed 3 unit tests in my class? I'm going to ask my former students. How do you miss one of my tests?
You can't. Unless you just don't do it.
Why? Because I give you I give you a week to do it. A week. Online. You do it at your leisure. She missed 3 of them. Okay? And then she tried, and this is what all students do. They try to put it what? Who they try to blame? Me. I tried to email you and I couldn't contact you. Well, I tell all my students, the best way to contact me is through what? My cell phone. Especially in an emergency. Emergency is when you get in the hospital, sick family, family's out of town, you missed a test, blah, 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 blah. Those are the emergencies. Not, my dog's sick and I'm not going to be able to be in class tomorrow. That's not an emergency. All right? 5 flat tires is not an emergency. Emergency is when you actually miss a grade, or you are going to miss a grade, or you're going to be out for 3 weeks, or your family is going to be out of town for 2 weeks, or whatever the case may be. That's a communication issue. You need to communicate with me. Okay? You can do it by text, you can do it by cell. But the reason I don't put emails on priority is because sometimes those emails can get lost in my files, because I have different files for different classes, and they come into those files, and sometimes I miss them. Now I'm not saying that it's my fault she missed those tests, but what do I do at the end of the semester for missed assignments, former students? Y'all remember?
There's a chance to make it.
How? How did I do that? I open up all the assignments, all the homework, and all the tests. She missed that too. So my department head goes, what do you want me to do? You missed the 3 tests, and and she was trying to blame it on me because she didn't follow my rule in which I said the best way to contact me in case of emergency, meaning a grade or being out of class or being gone from class or missing a test, text me, or she didn't even call my department head. And my department head was like, I don't understand this. She missed 3 unit tests. She says she emailed you, but she didn't get a response. The first thing for that student to do would be to call the department head. She didn't even call the department head. She didn't even email the department head. So now why do I tell you that story? I tell you that story because now there is a bonus question that says, how is the best way to contact Hubert in case of emergency or something like that? Cell phone or text. Okay? Because if you need to get in touch with me, that way it's going to come in, and please put your name on it. I don't know who 864-310-5672 is. I don't know who that is. You need to put your name on it into class. Class and name. Okay? I'm sorry. And when you read each one of those bonus questions, each bonus question that pertains to logistics or methodology in the classroom, that comes not from me. It comes from students after the semester have asked those questions. There's about 16 questions. I've been teaching for 20 plus years. There's about each year I get, or each semester, or each year, I get 1 or 2 DA questions. And I've already covered the material about the question, but I get this student that says, "Oh, I thought you dropped the lowest test grade and just substituted in the final grade." But the bonus question doesn't say that. It says, does Hubert drop your lowest test grade and substitute in your final test grade for that lowest grade or something like that? And it says, no way, no how. And he said, "Oh, I thought you did that because the question was on the test." 4 questions, 4-unit test. That question was on each one of them. No way, no how. And he turns around and tries to say that I said that I did that. So, you're not going to win unless I'm being very, very nonchalant. And I'm not nonchalant. Okay? So you can try to put it on me, but I have gotten my methodology down to where there is no excuse except for you not doing what you're supposed to. Okay? There's my office number. It will go to my email. The voicemail will go to my email, so that helps out. And see, that's what gets me. I never did see an email or voicemail from her. But she claimed she emailed me.
She still made her D?
Yep. My department head wouldn't even budge.
No, when she missed 3 tests and still got a D, that's amazing.
Well, she made an A on the test she did take. That's what blows my mind. You know what it boils down to? When you get a student like that, the student basically was nonchalant in doing the online course. It's an online course. And they had a nonchalant attitude, and I had everything lined up on a certain day. And that's what happens when you have a nonchalant attitude with an online class. You can't do that. All right, so that's my information. Hubert's class. Now, there's 3 of y'all in here, 4 of y'all that's had me before. And they can pretty much tell you that I'm pretty confident that they can pretty much tell you that I'm pretty fair. I consider myself to be fair, and I treat students the way I want to be treated. I've been teaching for 20 plus years. Anybody want to take a guess how many students I've thrown out? 1 guess. Close. 3. 22 years I've only thrown out 3 students, and all of them had 2 things in common. Anybody want to take a guess what they had in common? They knew everything. Oops, sorry. They knew everything, and they were male. Golly, what a surprise. A male that thinks they know everything. All right? So I usually don't have a problem with that because of that rule right there. I treat students the way I want to be treated. I treat you, well, I don't treat you like I would want, like I treat my daughter. But anyway, I treat you the way I would want my daughter to be treated by another instructor. How about that? I'm kind of hard on my daughter. She's at Clemson now. And my son just started middle school this morning. So anyway, I wasn't able to be there to take pictures because I had an 8 o'clock class. So in the morning, I'm going to take pictures in the morning. Anyway, cell phones. I have a cell phone. You heard it go off. You didn't have a cardio infarction, so I won't either. Okay? If you need to answer your cell phone, go out in the hallway and answer it. If you need to text somebody, go in the hallway and text. As long as you do it in the hallway, I don't have a problem. When you try to do it in here, it not only insults my intelligence, but it's rude. Okay? So try to do anything to do with the cell phone in the hallway. Okay? Okay. So that takes care of texting and cell phones. This is not. I just tried it.
Just now?
Yeah. Are they online?
Yeah, she says they're back up now.
It says 3 hours, but I'll try it. Could not be reached. I'll keep trying.
Are y'all already in a session?
I'm sorry about this, guys. This is not our fault. It's IT's fault. And if IT would do a little bit better, then we wouldn't have this problem. But like I said, we're not a buzzword, so we're only about 5 or 6 years behind because, I don't know if any of y'all work out in the outside world, but the outside world has been doing this. But we're Tri-County Technical College. Technical, get it? Technical? Technology, technical? We're 5, 6 years behind. Shut up, Hubert. It's the Russians' fault.
One more time.
I just did it. They're not coming up green.
It's
See,
still saying you're not.
Easley is green. They're not green. And Easley, I don't even need to call them in. See,
Right.
Easley's green.
Call Easley because Brian's sitting there. Just see if
Just
you
see
can
if
add
you,
Easley.
okay?
I've been on the phone with him the whole time you've been teaching.
We need to be a buzzword, Tim. Then we wouldn't have this problem.
Hey, Hubert.
There, see, Brian, we need to be a buzzword. If we were a buzzword, we wouldn't have these problems.
We get
That's
all
exactly right.
Yeah. Will you send me to a $10,000 conference and I can come back and we can be a buzzword?
I can do that. You just tell me where you want to
He's
go.
added Brian, but he was showing green.
Is that the same room?
No, different room at Easley.
Oh, looks, that's nice.
Yeah. He did what we did here, moved it to a permanent classroom.
Good, good.
All right.
All right.
Hit Pendleton one more time.
Okay. Let's see, they're still
Now,
yellow.
What have you got for Pendleton? Still AD 110?
They're green. They're green.
Not mine. Mine says 3 hours.
Let me do this.
I ain't
then.
got to reboot my system.
Yours says away 3 hours?
Yeah.
Pull it back up. Okay, so yeah, it says it's been off. Yeah, Val, you still there?
Okay, Hubert, let me try to join them here.
Val?
That's fine. Go ahead, do whatever. I'm going to pause the recording. Okay, so this is not an online class. Y'all, a couple of y'all have had this class before. Well, one of you have. 2 of you have. Maybe 1 or 2 of you. Basically, this is about as online as you can get, but it's not. It's still a conventional class. It's just piped out 2 or 3 different. And that way, say right now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 students would not make. If this class was offered here, 9 would not. They would probably think about it, but the magic number is 10 to 12. And since we're offering it in this capacity, she makes 10, and then the Pendleton campus, I think there's 8 or 9 in that one. So therefore, we've got a whole class. And therefore, the Pendleton, Easley, and Anderson campus, the Oconee, Easley, and Anderson campus can have classes meet, even though they're small. And that's one of the reasons we started the Polycom classes. Attendance policy. This first couple of weeks, I'm going to take attendance, basically because we have to and because of drop ad and all that. So we have to do it the first couple of weeks, but after that, I just go through and hit everybody showed up because I don't care after 2 weeks. All right. I like to consider my class comfortable, laid back, and interactive. That's what I consider my classes. I don't believe in redistribution of anything. Okay? So if Mr. Smith has a 100 average, I'm not going to take 10 of his points and give them to Billy Bob that has a 60 or a 55 so he can pass the class. I don't believe in that. So I don't believe in curves. I don't believe in grade redistribution. So if you work, you pass. You don't work, you don't pass. Okay, if you don't do the work, you get zeros and you don't pass. Period. I generalize when I speak. I do not sit here, I do not sit at home and say, okay, I really don't like that young lady. She's on the front row. I really don't like her, so I'm going to make fun of her until she drops. I don't do that. Okay? I have a life outside of Tri-County Technical College. I have more to worry about than you think, okay? I've got a middle school and a college. I got cows. I got pigs. I got 2 cats. I got a lot to worry about, okay? So I do not sit at home and worry about who I'm going to make fun of or who I want to drop because I don't want to grade papers, okay? I don't do that. All right, so that's that. That's long. That's how old this handout is. Subject line on emails. We don't even worry about that anymore. How would you describe my class? Y'all have had me before. 4 of you. How would you describe my class? One word.
Relaxed.
Calm. Relaxed.
Right.
So you wouldn't consider it uncomfortable. That's my primary objective, is make sure it's comfortable. What irritates Hubert? Know-it-alls. Used to be deadheads. But the first 5 years it was deadheads. When I started, that was in 95 to 2000. But something happened in 2000, and the deadheads went away, and they were replaced by people that could build a space shuttle. Now I want y'all to decide what happened. I don't know what happened, but something happened. And when people started coming out of high schools, they could build the space shuttle. So I don't know. Y'all figure it out. But they are, how do you know if you're one of those people? If people avoid you in the hallway, then chances are you're a know-it-all. If you blurt out the answers in class and most of the time they're wrong, you might be a know-it-all. The difference between a know-it-all and somebody that knows the material is somebody that knows the material keeps their mouth shut. That's usually the way it is. But usually we don't have to worry about those people. And plus, the higher level maths you go, the more and more, and this is a college algebra class, you don't have to put up with as many, get into calculus, you deal with less, get into Calc 2, you deal with less. By the time you get into Calc 2 and Calc 3 and differential equations, you don't have to worry about the know-it-alls because pretty much everybody's earned their keep to get to be in that class. So know-it-alls are the people that think they know everything because they never learned anything. All right, so that takes us to the syllabus. And there's the syllabus, and the syllabus is useless because it's written by a bunch of administrators and you can't understand a word of it. Okay? So the best thing to do is just burn this, except for this part right here and the outline. Okay? So that's the most important part. Any of y'all ever met a teacher that could not teach? You know what they say in academia? A teacher that can't teach becomes an administrator. And an administrator becomes a bureaucrat. And a bureaucrat makes up words like this. Outcomes. Outcomes. Assessment. You know, they come up qualitative, quantitative. They come up with all these names and all this stuff, and you can't even read it. Okay? That is a teacher that either did not like to teach or sucked at it. And they became an administrator and began to write in syllabi. Okay? That's important. And this is important. Okay? And the most important page is this page. So you need to copy this page down, or you need to print it out and put it on the inside of your notebook in the plastic cover. That is your outline. Why? Well, let's say you missed today. Well, if you missed today, no, shut up. If you miss next Monday, chances are we're going to start next Monday on 1.2. And let's say I get to 2.1. Let's say you miss Monday. Then chances are, you know, and you pull up the video and you see we get into 2.1, then chances are we're going to start 2.2 next. It's for you to be able to be aware of what we are covering in case you miss. But the videos do that, but some people are too lazy to pull up the videos. You know, you have to type in YouTube, that's what, 7 letters. And you have to go to Hubert's page, that's a click. And then you have to click on Math 110, 2000. So it's 3 clicks. It's a lot of work, okay? But, you know, that's where you see what we went over. If you write me an email that says, I missed class, what did you go over? Will you get a reply? No, you will not. If you miss class, where should you go to find out what you missed? YouTube. Simple as that. Do not call me, do not text me, do not email me and say, what did I miss? Because you're not going to get a reply. All right. So that's the outline. This is the most important page right here. Make sure you understand that 80% of your test, 80% of your grade comes from what? All your tests. And that includes exams. 20% comes from what? Homework. Now the online class, they have quizzes, and they can pretty much, you know, do those quizzes, and that's for attendance. Yeah, at Tri-County Tech, we have to take attendance for an online class. Sometimes we do, but when it comes to technology, we suck at that. But we make sure if you're in an online class, we take attendance. Anybody see how backwards that is? Anyway, I'm sorry. So there's the syllabi and the outline. Outline is the most important. Okay? And let's see what else we got. I did my class, but I don't care about that. My Labs plug-in. My Labs student login. That's a PDF file, and it looks like that. And we're going to go to Blackboard in just a minute to show you what it looks like. We're going to go to there in just a minute. Access code. The number one thing that you should be getting today or between now and Wednesday is your access code. What is an access code? It's basically a proof of purchase that you bought the book or that you're supposed to be in the class. There's 3 ways to get the access codes. You need to write this down. 3 ways. What are they? 1, you can get it with your book in the bookstore. It comes in a cardboard. You got yours. Hold it up where everybody see it. Comes with your book. That's what it looks like. It's a scratch off or a peel off, and it's got a 16-digit number with words, alphanumeric. Okay? Comes with the book. Or you can buy one in the bookstore. Okay, this is Math 110. Probably got 200 students, so they probably ordered 5. Okay? Yep. So you can forget the bookstore because they're going to be out today. All right? They always are. Okay? They order 300 books and order 5. Okay. Third way is go online and get it. And I'll show you in just a minute when you click on the the link, it'll take you and you'll see a screen that says, or it's on here. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, there it is, right there. It's kind of blurry, but, or is that my glasses? Okay. It says access code. That means you have the access code. Buy now, you click that. If you don't have an access code and you want to buy it online. Pay later. That's a 21-day grace period. Use it sparingly. Okay, let's say today is November 1st, and you're not going to get your scholarship, rebate, reward, paycheck, whatever, until the 30th of the end of the month. Then you don't need to use that 21-day period until at least the 9th. You see what I'm saying? Because you get paid the last day of the month. Because when you use that 21, when you log in, when you hit that pay later and hit enter, you have engaged that 21-day grace period. So 21 days, if today's the 1st, and you click on that and hit enter, then you've got till the 21st to pay for, your access code. If you don't, then on that 22nd day, you're going to be thrown automatically by MyLabs Plus. It's going to throw you in an inactive bin. And you say, oh, that's no problem. I just get my credit card and I'm going to go to pay now. It won't let you in. You have to call the technical support and you have to say, I ran out of my grace period. I need to be reactivated and then I need to pay for my access code. And that's another 15, 20 minutes to half a day, depending on what day you call and how long you're going to be put on hold. Okay, so do not let that 21-day grace period run out. Okay, so make sure, if you're going to use the 21-day grace period, make sure you're going to get some money on your credit card or debit card, whatever, before that grace period runs out. So if you know you're going to get your scholarship or rebate or whatever on the 20th, and today is the 14th, then yes, you can go ahead and use the 21-day grace period because you only got like 5 days before you get paid. Okay? So, and again, that's common sense. Make sure you use a little bit of common sense when you're using that 21-day grace period. Okay? There's your access code. That's what you have to type in, unless you hit buy now. And if you hit buy now, it's going to ask you, of course, for your what? Your just like you would on any other website. Okay? And then after you do that, and once they approve the card, boom, you go right to the course. And that's pretty much that. Okay? Here it is. Registering after temporary access. That's when you have to call. There it is. Write that number down. 888-883-1299. And that is the technical support if you run over the 21 days. Do not call me. I cannot help you with it. You have to call them. And you have to tell them that you went over the grace period or whatever it's called, free access, and you've got a credit card or you've got money in the bank or you got money on your credit card or whatever the case may be, that you can pay for the access code, and they have to reactivate you and then put you back in the class, and then you can go through and do this screen right here. Or, yeah, right here. Okay? So make sure you print that out and put it in your notebooks before you get started on access code. Access code is the most important thing for you to have between the next week. Now, a lot of people say, well, what about the book? I don't care about the book. Why? Because if you have the access code, then you have the book where? Online. So you don't need a book. Well, what do I bring to class? I don't care what you bring to class. You can steal, share. You don't have to bring one at all. You can bring your laptop. Now, if you bring your laptop, don't be going on porn sites, all right? And don't be doing all kinds of crazy stuff while I'm teaching, all right? I have to tell y'all that because some of y'all, now y'all, when I say y'all, I'm not meaning in here, students. One student, the last one I threw out, was asking me questions 5 seconds after I put it on the board, and the reason is they were on Facebook. They were on Facebook and doing stuff that they weren't supposed to be doing in class, and I went around the room and I looked, and I got tired after about the second question that I'd done covered. I said, look, why don't you just take your computer and leave? I said, now if you want to leave your computer outside or unplug it, but you can't chew gum and do it at the same time and listen at the same time because that's what you're doing. I'm explaining this and you're asking questions 5 seconds after I go over. Anyway, I threw them out. Okay. YouTube and other stuff. Let's see how our Pendleton people are coming along. Still says they're not there. That don't make any sense. I've never seen this before. Not this long. It's almost like they unplugged the dadgum computer because I've never seen. Pendleton and Easley are usually always not a problem. It's usually Anderson that we have a problem, but I don't understand what's going on. Huh? Yeah, I did. Yeah, we're still recording. Yeah, we should be. Yeah, it's got the little red thing right there. All right. So, how to access Hubert's videos. We're going to go there in just, well, let's just go on to Pendleton. Are you there? Hello, Pendleton. Hello, Pendleton. Bye-bye, Pendleton. You suck. No. See, that's what bothers me. It should be green right there. What's that? Never seen that before. Okay, well, click on YouTube. And just pull up Hubert McClure. Like I say, that's one click. And then, hey! Pendleton's up!
Are you still there, Brian? I guess you can't do both.
Just don't, whatever you do, don't mess with it. I don't want the students to leave.
Well, the students here are gone.
Oh well.
I saw you calling in. I was talking to Brian. I saw you calling in and thought I could answer both. But apparently not. No, Valbona and Mark Doherty were in here and they called and said, yeah, they went ahead and released them.
Okay. Okay,
Sorry
so
about
here's,
that.
yeah, okay. I'm going to go ahead and keep teaching.
Okay, thanks.
All right. So here's my YouTube page. It's supposed to have two. Yeah, that one. Don't do that one. That's a page with office hours. That's when I first started doing this a long time ago, 5 or 6 years ago. And here's the most current page. This is my classes. And if you pull that up and go down to created playlist, you will see all the classes that I've done in the last 5 years. Now, a lot of people say, well, why do you do that? Well, that way people can see what my classes are like. Or if they, let's say that you suck at algebra and you need to go over some concepts in 102. Then you go down here and click on my 102 class. There's one in here somewhere. I hadn't taught 102 in a while, but there's 102 right there. And that's probably done the old-fashioned way with a video recorder. Let's see. Yep. That's with a video recorder.
First day video for math 102 online.
There we go. And I can't stand to hear myself talk, so we're going to get rid of that. All right, there we go. All right. And that's how you can look. You can pull up all my classes. So now, see, I just started one today. The 8 o'clock class, I just loaded it today. Fall 2018-10, Math 120. Yours will be Fall 2018-10, Math 110, conventional / online. Because I'm going to share y'all's videos with the online class. Okay? And especially when we get into the math, so they can stay up with y'all and basically, if they want to come to class, they can come to class, or the test will be just about in sync because I'll try to keep both the online class with the in class, a conventional class. Okay? So, and if you go to the last Math 110, right down here, no, that's virtual office hours for the online class. Where's the Math 110? I know I've taught it. Oh my gosh. Is there not a Math 110 in here? That's virtual office hours.
We're looking for the spring one?
Evidently it's this one. No, that's virtual office hours. Yeah, that's when the online class sent me questions, and I would do questions and just do them in the classroom and send it to them. But there was a 110 class. It must be on further. There, it must be, yeah. Now go to the first day. Every one of my classes has a first day and a second day. First day is going over class stuff. Second day is going over my Labs Plus. So let's say that y'all want to get a jump on it. Then go to the first and second day. But I want to show you the first day because it's going over the same stuff that I'm going over today.
Sorry.
They finally got online, but they sent the students home.
They just missed students, but they are scanning you a copy of the attendance sheet.
Okay.
Have you tried to link them in?
Yeah, I've got them.
You've got them now. It was a patch that had not been run on that machine.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank
Sorry.
you. And if you'll look, there's my information sheet. There's my class. That's going over, I don't know what that's going over. Oh, that's installing Skype and Office 365, which I'll show you that in just a minute. And this is doing online stuff, showing online virtual office hours. But as you can see, it's the same stuff that I'm showing you right now. See, there's my information sheet, same stuff. Now, what about the second day? Well, the second day, I go over my Labs Plus. And I'll just go in and show you some stuff. See, I go over what to do, and you can listen to it.
That website.
There you go. And then the third day is when we usually what? Start with a review of algebra. So if you want to see what the third day is going to entail, it's going to entail your math. And talking about the reverse FOIL method, talking about the shortcuts, the reverse FOIL. There's just some things, I don't know, that's the reverse FOIL again. Quadratic formula should be in there somewhere. I don't know if I've gone over it or not. Some of two, there's the shortcuts. So you see, you can get a preview of how I teach just by going over this, or if you suck at it, you can go to the 102 and brush up on your 102 skills. That's why it's there. I put them up there. All I got to do is hit what? Hit one button. I have teachers that say, oh, what do you have to do to record? Is that a lot of work? Just hit one button, and then you load it. T-Rex, got a lot of T-Rexes at Tri-County. A lot of T-Rexes. And then fourth day, and then I don't call it fourth day. After the third day, I just start putting what I review over. So if you need to go over the parent graphs, what's the parent graphs? Well, you probably went over them in high school. Talking about your orientation, your vertical and horizontal shift. There we go. And what does it look like? What do the parent graphs look like? You know, what happens? There's the parent graphs right there. The x to the first power is a straight line. X to the second is a parabola. X to the third is a S shape. X to the fourth is a quartic, meaning x to the fourth, x to the sixth, that's quartics, meaning they all look like parabolas. Square root of x looks like a swoosh, absolute value, absolute vodka, looks like a V, you know, and that's your parent graphs. So I'm trying just to show you why I do it. I do the videos not because I want to do it. I do it because it benefits the students whether they're going forward or whether they're going want to see a preview of what's coming up. Okay? Mainly, I just put it up there for the students. Capiche? All right. Thank you. Thank you for the interaction. I appreciate that. All right, I'm going to go ahead and log in so that I can put up my video today. And I'll have to send this to the other class. Oh, that's the wrong. I'll have to send this to the other class after class. Oh gosh, I can't remember my dadgum password. I think it's... Nope. Dang old, you see the Megalodon movie, dang old Meg? Dang old good movie. I love movies. Dang old good movie. I watched Sharknado last night. Y'all watch Sharknado? The last Sharknado? It was the dumbest daggum movie I think I've ever seen. But you watch it because it's stupid. You don't watch it because it's realistic. But it was a good movie. But I thought it was stupid. But the Meg was good. I thought it was real good. I like horror movies and movies like that. All right, I'll shut up. Y'all not going to talk to me, so I'll just go do something else now. Where is my last? There it is. Okay, so that's YouTube. Skype, how do you pull up Skype? How do you do that? I don't want to have to pay for Skype. You don't have to. Why? It's included in your tuition. You get 5 downloads. Dang old Zoom, pull up Google, pull up dadgum, what am I looking up? Office Portal. And click on Office Portal and sign in. And sign in with your handy dandy Tri-County Tech login stuff. Well, it's not working. Oh my Lord, I hate using Internet Explorer. Internet Explorer works about like a dull blade. Okay. And type in hmcclure@tctc.edu. What should happen when you type in your credentials for, it should go to the Tri-County Tech webpage. Boom, there it is. And now you type in your password and you're able to install it on 5 machines, devices. Did y'all know that?
That gives you all.
It gives you everything. And that's worth it. I mean, a lot of people don't even know that. Did you know that, Miss Whiten?
Nope.
They don't tell you that stuff. Anyway, you'll get Skype for Business. Now, is Skype the same as Skype for Business? That would be a no. Okay, that's why on the handout, what do I tell you? Skype for Business. Do not try to come into my class with Skype because it won't work. Okay? Now, when do you use Skype into the classroom? Well, some of you have kids, some of you have brothers and sisters, some of you have parents that you have to stay with when they get sick or whatever the case may be, and you're not able to come to class. I had a student last semester Skype in. She was in the Polycom class and she Skyped in from the Ford place. She was waiting on her car and it was taking longer, so she just Skyped in on her phone. No problem. That's an emergency. If you Skype in like 6 times, I'm going to start to ask, what the heck, because, this is not an online class. Now, if there is a situation, now everybody knows what a situation is. A situation is something you can't get out of. Then let me know, okay? You dadgum broke your leg and you just want to stay at home for a week. That's fine, but let me know, all right? And that's how you do Skype for Business. Now, look at number 3. What does it say? Text Hubert a few minutes what? Before class. Does it say install Skype for Business a few minutes before class? No. You install, as soon as you know you're not going to be able to come to class, that's when you need to install Skype. Because Murphy's Law is going to hit a few minutes before class if you try to install it. Don't try that. Do not try that. Okay? Make sure you give me your first name, last name, and what class you're in. Okay? So I'll know that at the beginning of my 110 class, I need to type in your name, your first name and last name into Skype so I can pull you in. Everybody with me? Like I'm trying to pull in Pendleton. All right? And again, when do you use that? It's dang old for emergencies. Okay? Family emergencies, car trouble, kids, daycare, illness, flat tire. You know, something that's unexpected and not because you slept late. Okay? That's not good. Now, registering into My Labs Plus, and we're going to get to that in just a second. I'm looking, that's just some tricks. That's all on the, it's a 21-day trial. It used to be 14, now it's 21. So that's an old handout, so that's that. Now, let's look at Blackboard. Why are we going to look at Blackboard, Hubert? You don't use Blackboard. I know I don't use Blackboard. I don't put anything on Blackboard. I don't use Blackboard. That's 3 times I've said it, right? Some DA will come up to me this week and email me and say, I've looked all over Blackboard. I can't find your homework. Will they get a response? Nope. Dumbass. I mean, there's always one in the group. I mean, always. And usually those are the ones that can't spell mom backwards. Y'all know the type, don't you? Okay, which one are y'all? Somebody tell me which one y'all are. I know you're 110. I know somebody's going to say, man, 110.
007.
Thank you. You're on the ball. Let's see. Where is Mass? There it is. I don't know if that's it. Okay, yeah. No, that is it. Because look at here. There's an announcement here. What does it say?
Go to My Labs Plus.
Go to My Labs Plus in big, bold letters. Click on My Labs Plus link and register. I do not use Blackboard. There are no assignments on Blackboard. All my homework and tests are on My Labs Plus. Hubert McClure. Why do you think I put that there? Because I'll get that email. Anybody want to bet me breakfast? Anybody? You gonna bet me breakfast? You sure? That'd be a dumb bet because I'd win. There's going to be somebody that's going to, even after I've done all these handouts and done all these recordings, somebody is going to email me at the end of the week and say, I can't find your homework. Okay. Anyway, click on My Labs Plus right here. And click on My Labs Plus right here. Show all content. There it is. Oh my, look at there. Math 110, syllabus and handouts. Let's click on that.
What's the course ID?
That's, you're on the wrong website. You gotta go to TCTC My Labs Plus.
I was in that just a second ago. I kept saying that there was something wrong.
Yeah, mine also says something wrong.
Hold on, let me look. This is where you go if you don't want to fool with Blackboard, which half the time is down anyway. So that's why I don't use it. My Labs Plus, write that down. tctc.mylabsplus.com. There it is. It automatically logged me in because I've used this computer for the last 2 years. www.tctc.mylabsplus, make sure you make it plural, mylabsplus.com. Try that. They may want you to go through Blackboard first, though. Did you go through Blackboard first?
It says it has like an error every time I try to go through Blackboard.
But did you get in on that one?
I'm trying that one right now.
Well, y'all just said I used it and it went right to it. Listen, half the time Blackboard don't work. That's why I don't use it. So that doesn't surprise me at all. Let me go through and hit it again. Directly into Blackboard. You said y'all were 110 what?
007.
110.07. I'm going to hit it again. Here we go. MyLabs Plus. MyLabs Plus. Make sure you hit the show content down here. Yep, went straight to it. All right. Now, let's say you didn't get the emails. Then there's the handout right there. Click on that. And look at here. There's that handout.
This
There's
history.
that handout.
This is not history.
That handout. That handout. That handout. And that handout. So now you can't use, and it just butchered that one. I don't know why it butchered that up, but you can't say, oh, I didn't get the email. All right. And let's pull up, let's see, this class started at what time? 9:35. What time is it over?
11.
Okay. Let's go ahead and stop right there, and I got to call the roll. I want to stop the handy dandy stop recording. Alrighty, let's see. I know Miss Whiten is here.
Oh, yeah.
Let me a pencil. Pen. Pen be better. I don't care what color.
Okay.
Purple's fine. I wear pink, so I'm fine. All right. Okay, so Miss Whiten was here, but wait a minute. Miss Whiten was here, but Miss Kerwin did not show up.
Oh.
That's the Oconee campus. Pendleton campus, technical difficulty. And don't leave. I just want to make sure everybody's got down. Mr. Bays, you here? Crocker. Here. Okay. Platt.
Here.
Goolsby. Hagan. Hagan? Here. Where are you? Okay. Hawthorne.
Here.
Oh my gosh, both of y'all got the same first names. Y'all didn't know that? Yeah, your first name is Caitlin. That's when y'all sit beside each other and you're beside each other on a roll. That's weird. Cahaley.
Here.
Laney.
Here.
Darren. Here. Peel. Dalton Peel. Okay, who's got questions for me? All right, there's two things that's on your priority list. The first thing is what? Access code. MyLabs Plus, get that taken care of. If you have to wait on the 21-day thing, don't use it until you absolutely have to. Second thing is get your handouts and get your supplies ready, and Wednesday we will go over MyLabs Plus. Y'all get out of here. Have a good day. Bye, Miss Whiten.
Bye.
See you Wednesday.
Yes, sir.